up off that neck into the trench. See Ali be the bench.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Post Game Podcast. We have some breaking news. First and foremost, subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. This is where you get the uncut and raw announcements as they happen. We got some breaking news out of Detroit. Just a day after the announcement of Malik Beasley being investigated by the U.S. District Court in regards to a accusation of gambling on games. This dates back to when he played in Milwaukee. The Detroit Pistons have not fallen asleep at the wheel. They were able to pivot to another option as far as a scoring player off the bench, a shooting guard, a player that's pretty familiar with the state of Michigan because he went to the University of Michigan, originally from Columbus, Ohio. But Caris Levert has been signed to a 2-year, $29 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. Caris Levert is, he's obviously played his he played most of his career in Cleveland. He was traded to Atlanta at the trade deadline, but he's a player that has always been able to score. His career high was 20 points, which was a couple years ago. He only averaged 12 points a game last year on 25 minutes, but he's seen a considerable cut in his minutes. Nonetheless, he's a guy that has always shot pretty efficiently. He shot 46% from the field last year, 38% from three. So he's able to space the floor, and he's a guy that has the ability to start if need be. But, more than likely, I think he's going to play both roles. It's just going to kind of depend on, how Ivy starts off, who's healthy, things of that nature. I think that he has the ability to even play the three if need be. If you want to go that route. So I think there's going to be some times where he comes off the bench, but I also think there's going to be times when he's going to have the ability to finish some games. His measurables, he's 6'5", but he's got a 6'10" wingspan, making him a pretty versatile defender. He's a guy that can get in the passing lanes and disrupt things, defensively. But the Pistons the Pistons knew that they were going to have to address the scoring position. The primary goal was to go after a Malik Beasley, but they didn't allow too much time to pass. Obviously, they said that Malik Beasley negotiations are on pause, so there's still a chance that maybe we are able to obtain him later on at a better deal. And Dennis Schroeder has been signed by the Kings, I believe. I think people were kind of panicking a little bit. Luis Santi Aldama and Naz Reid, Julius Randle, all these guys are being signed, and the Pistons were going to have to make something happen. We still could bring back Tim Hardaway. That would bring two former Michigan players back on the same team, but we'll see. I'm pleased with the move that we've made. It leaves us. It puts us in a position where we're not empty-handed. One of my concerns with Levert has been his injuries. He had a string of years from 2019 to 2021 where he only averaged about 40 plus games, 45-ish games a year. He played in 64 last year, 68, 74. So he's gotten better as far as that is concerned, but I think he's still got something left in the tank. He shot more efficiently than he's ever shot last year, albeit on less minutes, less attempts. So we'll get into break down that signing a little bit more, but this is a little bit of a sigh of relief for the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, a guy that we're pretty familiar with. Not only did he play for Michigan, he played in Cleveland, so we got to see him quite a bit, and we don't have to root against him. We can root for him now. So please, first of all, subscribe to the channel, Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube, Post Game Podcast on all audio aggregators, and head on over to the Central Division show. I'm about to record that at 8 o'clock with the rest of our guys. We're going to be talking. Of course, we're going to talk this signing, but we're going to talk about everything else going on around the NBA and Central Division. It's your boy Foss. Shout him out.